All right. Hi, everyone. This is Brandy Shampoo with Exploring Expression.
I'm Samantha Shampoo, also with Exploring Expression.
And welcome to an at 7. Welcome. I hope you had a fantastic week. Fun, educational, productive, all of the things that we want a week to be. And if not, take heart for tomorrow is another week, right? And welcome. So, I want to get the business out of the way and go ahead and say if you haven't already, make sure to like and follow us. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, or go to exploringexpression.com and let us know how we can help you become your best expression. So, we start that by being here. Welcome to Sunday at 7. And this one is a very special one to me because tomorrow, guess what tomorrow is?
It's Martin Luther King Day.
It's Martin Luther King Day, which we love. We love all holidays. Every holiday is important, and every holiday is worth celebrating and worth learning about and worth understanding. And so today, what we want to talk about is Martin Luther King Day and how you can honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy on his holiday. Now, unlike other Sunday at Sevens, I only have two tips for you today.
Probably the most important tips.
Yes, yes. They're very simple. They're concrete. There is only two.
Which means they're easy to remember.
They're easy to remember. First off, this is going to be a semi-shortened one because we're in the middle of product development for some fantastic products we have coming out this month and in the next couple of months. And you can't see, but on the other side of this computer, my entire room here is awash with products. So, but we did not want to let this pass by because I value this time with you and with Samantha. And are you ready? Are you ready for tip number 1 on how you can honor Dr. Martin Luther King on his special day? Tip 1, learn. Learn about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with your family. Learn for yourself, learn with your children, learn who he was and what he was about and what made him different. What made him different. And to that effect, we have two things. I pulled from our collection of books, part of which you see behind us. One book for children, that's my favorite, and one book for you, one book for the adult. So the book for children is called
Martin's Big Words. It's actually on the back.
Martin's Big Words. And this is a fantastic book for children young and old. If you've been following us, you know how I feel about reading picture books for older children and adults. This one is particularly fantastic. In fact, I loved it so much that, was it last week?
Last week.
I shared it on Check Out This Book on our YouTube channel. I actually read this book. So if you're considering it, go over to the YouTube channel and listen to Martin's Big Words. And then go get this book. It's by Doreen Rappaport. You can find it on Amazon. That's where I found it. It's a fantastic book for Martin Luther King Day and any day. And so that's for children. Now, what do I have for you as an adult? What do I have for you to really... Now, this book, I'm going to tell you, I think I got it from my older brother, Tony. Gave me, or maybe lent me, this book, and I never returned it because it's absolutely fantastic. It's an absolute fantastic portrayal of Martin Luther King Jr. and how he differed from the other civil rights activists of his time.
And this one's called Martin, Malcolm, and America. A Dream or a Nightmare.
This book really, really talks about the juxtaposition of the civil rights movement of his time and the differences between Dr. Martin Luther King's approach and the approach of
The
activists.
Black Panther Party.
Yes, the Black Panther and Malcolm X, and really, really gives you a deep understanding about Dr. King's policy of nonviolence, of nonviolent protests. Because, and this is probably one of my absolute favorite quotes from him, I say it all the time: hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Let me say that again. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And I think you, you may agree, this is a period of time in which we're seeing a lot of hate and a lot of strife and a lot of struggle, and a lot of anger as a country. And it isn't just hard dealing with it as a country, but how do you talk to your children? How do you talk to your children about the conflict and the hate and the anger that we're seeing in our country today? In our country, and the way I approached it with Daniel, with the smallest boy, is through the idea of Dr. King's that hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. And that's why I love this Martin's Big Words book so much, because that's a powerful message. And that's a powerful message on Martin Luther King Day that I think, what do you think? That I think we need to take a moment and understand.
Which brings us to our second topic, which is love.
How can you honor Martin Luther King Jr. on his day?
Love everybody.
Spread love. Spread love. So, we want to challenge you. Find ways tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Find ways in which you can spread love. One of the things I love that Daniel's dance is doing, so he does competition dance and he's on this dance team, is before the first event, every dazzler writes a note of encouragement to every other dazzler. And then they distribute these before their first competition
as notes of encouragement.
To spread love. To spread love. So how can you spread love as a family or as an individual? How can you show love to yourself? How can you show love to your children or your spouses or your parents? Right? Your parents need love too. Right? How can you show love to your neighbors? Love thy neighbor. Right? So that's all. We just had to. This was a very, very short one because any others, I think, I don't want to diminish the power of learning and loving. We want to make sure that that's what you take away from this Sunday at 7. That on Martin Luther King Jr. Day and every other day, I mean, not just tomorrow, but every day next week and every day next month, which happens to be Black History Month, so stay tuned for that, that you learn about your brothers and sisters of color. Learn about each other. Reach across the aisle and learn about your neighbor. Learn about Dr. Martin Luther King and what he stood for, because what he stood for is love. And then practice showing the love for each other that he showed for us, that he showed for people through his words, through his nonviolent protests, because that was the point of it, right? Can't we all just love each other and treat each other as equals? So, do you have anything you want to parting
words?
Parting words?
I think, at least for me, when we talk about love and spreading love, is also learn how the people you love show their love.
Oh, that's yes.
Because, there are multiple ways to show love through gifts or actions or quality time. And
what's that book? The 5 Love Languages?
Yeah, like the 5 or love languages.
If you haven't read that one. It's fantastic.
Really, and it's once you understand and once you are able to pick out which love language goes to which person, it makes it so much easier to give love and to receive it.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny because my older son loves jokes. And he loves telling jokes and he loves playing jokes. And he's got autism, and I often have to tell him that it's not funny unless the other person is having fun. Right? And so I think that's an excellent point, that show love in a way that people can accept it. Right? We don't need grand gestures. We need meaningful actions.
Unless they really love grand gestures.
Yeah, then do that. Yeah, do you want a grand gesture?
Not really.
Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, so there we go. Today is Sunday 7. Now, next week, make sure you come back next week. What are we talking about next week?
We're talking about how to make birthdays both fun and educational.
Yes. We're coming up on the smallest boy's 8th birthday at the end of the month. And I can't wait to share with you some of the ways we've planned to make it fun, exciting, and educational, both for him and for us, and ways in which you can also do so. So be sure to come back next week for that. Head over to our YouTube channel. There he is, poking in. Love you. Come over to our YouTube channel and catch. Do you want to see? There. Say hi.
Hi.
And catch the reading. Check out this book for Martin's Big Words. And if you haven't read it, I highly, highly encourage you to get this book and read it. It's fantastic. It's a big book, but it's worth the read. And until next week,
Yes, we will see you guys later.
we'll see you later.